Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is another video talking in what is not even my car. It's just my sister's car, to be honest. She doesn't even know I'm making this video, but I'm sitting in her car because, you know, I like talking in cars, and my car's not in the garage, and I'm in the garage right now. Well, this is the only car in the garage, and I'm not putting my car in the garage because there's no space. But yeah, I like to talk in cars. It's chill, it's private, you know, no one can listen in. It's awesome. And in this one, I'm talking about regrets of a 20-year-old. And you might be thinking, mate, you're still young, which is true. I'm still young. Just put this video on in the background because it might get a bit rambly. I don't think it's worth watching me face to face, right? And you don't know who I am either. Unless you somehow have figured out, because I don't put my name on this channel or anything. But yeah, you can see my face, and if you know me, you know me. But anonymously, yeah, this is just the thoughts of a 20-year-old, right? So things I would have gone back and done differently if I could have gone back to probably high school, knowing what I know now about adulthood. And this is advice I'd give to people who are still, you know, I guess maybe my 16-year-old self. Let's talk to my 16-year-old self here about adulthood, because it slaps you in the face, and I've still got a lot to learn. I'm 20, like, I'm barely an adult. I don't even feel like a grown man or anything, because let's be real, I'm not. I live in my parents' house. I annoyingly get in my sister's car to record a talking to the camera YouTube video. And I'm a bit arrogant, I feel, sometimes. I feel like sometimes I say things I don't mean, and I'm arrogant and all of that. But yeah, the essential thing about what I'm saying at the moment, or what I'm going to say in this YouTube video, is basically, you want to make money, right? You want to get rich or whatever that means to you. But getting rich, you know, you can either take the high risk or you can take the low risk. And taking the low risk takes you 40 years, man. 40 years of your life, right? And I'm already sunk into this shit, right? I guess for me, I would be wanting to take the moderate risk, and this is where I'm trying to get to now. But when you're already sunk deep into that shit, it's like crazy. Here's what I would do if I could go back to being 16, or even younger than that. But if you're in high school, you're very lucky because you've got time right now to work this all out. Number one, I would get a job ASAP in high school. I would, first and foremost, I'd work as much as I can during school holidays. I never had the I played a lot of Minecraft. I did a lot of YouTube videos on Minecraft shit. And, you know, I got a bit of business experience doing that. But I would have used that time to basically put away everything. It sounds so boring, and when you hear it coming from an old person, it's like, yeah, you're a boomer, right? So why would I fucking listen to you, man? Why would I listen to you? So yeah, I mean, it sounds ridiculous coming from an old person, but as a 20-year-old, I'm saying literally put away all the money you earn as a kid. I wish I'd done this, but I was arrogant too. I was like, fuck, I'm going to spend money on fast food, and that's pretty much where all my money still goes to this day. Not all my money now, because on a full-time income, you can only spend about $20 a day on fast food, 20, 30, 40 bucks. And obviously on full time, you're making at least 200 a day. So yeah, I'm putting away 160 a day. So still decent, right? But besides the point, when I was younger, not on a big income, I would work at fast food, 14 bucks an hour at 16. And then I would spend that money on fast food. And that was a problem, because, you know, that's stuff that's going to compound. When you're 18, you want to have that big portfolio, all right? you don't earn a lot of money at this point. So literally put it all away. Don't worry about not having spending money for that Europe trip that you want to do when you finish high school. Because here's what I'm going to tell you, right? You're going to get to do that. You are going to get to do that, okay? So I would have done that. I would have put away a lot of money into a portfolio at that age, just started to get the ball rolling, because the earlier you get the ball rolling, the better. It's not about how much you put in. If you start later, I can still do this today because I don't have debt or any of that. So I could still start this today, but I'd be a bit later than you guys. If you're 16, you've got a 4-year head start. If you're 14, you've got 6-year head start. That's good. So, and this is stuff that I'm sort of doing now and retracing now. And I wish I would have known sooner because I could have got that head start. When you earn like 5K at 16 and then say you earn 12K at 17, and then you can, when you're 18, say you graduate and you're 18, say you've put away 80%, you got 15K in the portfolio at that age, you are very, very, very ahead of the curve. Next thing you want to do, just work a full-time job or casual with full-time hours. And I know you might want to go to uni, all right, you might want to go to university. And I say, look, absolutely, I'm going to tell you to go to university in the next step because this is something that I arrogantly did not do. Work a full-time job for 6 months. Like, this can be a $50,000 a year job. Work it for 6 to 12 months. In fact, you could work it for a full year. Try and just get as much overtime as you can, all of that shit, and work it for a full year. Start in January. Try and start as soon as you can. But cut yourself off in December so you can spend Christmas and New Year's doing what you love. Don't ever sell that off, because that's something I learned as well. I had a full-time job. I sold that time off. Had the day off for Christmas, then had the weekend, and then after that, on Monday, I was back again, like it wasn't just Christmas. But I literally worked on Christmas Eve, and fuck that. Finish working December 10 at the latest, man. Finish your work at that time, all right? Mate, you're young, you should be partying. And I know it's controversial. You should have friends, who maybe a good group of friends. If you're in full-time work, you're not able to do that. You're like, fuck, I gotta work. Just knuckle down and get like 30, 40K in your bank account. Just in your bank account. Or in assets. I guess, yeah, get 30 in the bank. And then, 30 spending money in the bank. That can be for your 3 years uni, maybe 10,000 a year. Maybe you can live for less than that. Maybe you need 15K spending money. I'd say if you can live off 5K a year, which is how much? 5K a year. Is that $100 a week? Yeah, I guess you could pay yourself $100 a week. I think I would need 200 a week. So I would go $30,000 for a 3-year degree. I get 30K in the bank, so I can pay myself. But then get 40K, mate. So yeah, just try and get 40K in the bank. Anything else, put into shares, like keep boosting your portfolio. You put that, say you earn 50 or 60K, you get another 20K in, you've already got 15K on there. You end up by the age of maybe 19, when you finish a year of working full time, even though it must be hard, like it's going to be hard. I'm sorry. It is. It's not easy. If say you do a year of full time and you cut it off on December and just fucking quit, which is my advice, do that year of full time. And let it be difficult. Let it be like, this is why I need a degree. This is something that I've done, right? So do that. This is how I would have done it. And now you've got $60,000 in your bank account, or $60,000 money. What you can do with that, you've got 35K in your portfolio. Say you got 30K in your bank. At that point on, you have, 65,000? Yeah, maths. I should be better at maths. You got $65,000 in net worth and you're 19. That's something you could have done. You could do. save your money, eat the rice and eat the chicken and just eat cheap. Like, dude, 65K at 19, I'm only worth like 50K at 20, which is still good to be worth 50,000 at 20, but it's not what I could be. I could be, by now, I don't know. You're going to start eating away at this net worth pretty quickly after this point, but you've set yourself up with a good foundation. Say now you've got 30K and, all right, 40,000. Say now you've saved 40,000, you put in the other 20K in shares and you got 35K in your shares as a shareholder, like you own 35K in shares, you got 40K in the bank. Spend 10K, go on a little trip, or spend less, because maybe university starts in March. So apply for your uni, get into uni, and then until uni starts, go travel international, do all that fun stuff. Like when you're 19, you've worked for a year, you've experienced that pain of working for a year in something that you don't like. Maybe you worked in a warehouse, or maybe you worked at McDonald's full-time for a year or some shit like that. Maybe you got a manager role at Macca's, who knows? But yeah, spend 5 or 10K on a holiday, like budget 5 or 10K to see the world. And I say, as an Aussie, I don't see much of the world. Just literally circle the world. You can only head west or you can only head east, and you have to get home via heading in that same direction. So say if I only headed west, I'd have to go to Dubai. I could not just fly back from Dubai to Adelaide. I would have to go to Dubai and then Europe and then America and then come back. Just spend 1-2 months, just travel around the world. Doesn't have to be like deep experience, just get out there. At least for me is what I wish I had done earlier, because now I'm going to do it mid this year. Yeah, just see the world. And then you've got your $30,000 put aside for uni, or say it's 15, depends on how much money you can live off each year, because you should have spending money. All right, don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. But now you've got 30K. Let me get to the uni part. Pick a degree that you can stick to and you can do well. If you're shit at maths, don't do anything that includes maths. Don't do something that's so intensive that it's like, I don't know, for me, urban planning is what I'm looking into getting into. Don't do something that is so complicated that you won't get through, or something that bores the hell out of you. Find something that you can be good at, something you enjoy, and something that has a decent earning potential. Just don't do fucking teaching, man. Don't do teaching because you finish and you get a $70,000 job. Do something that will boost your income over $100,000 a year. Really research this, and then once you can get something that will boost your income over $100,000 a year and you're good at it, and hopefully that you enjoy it, then do that degree. Do like a 3-year degree. And look, people say don't go to uni, start a business. This is my pathway for the people that want it safe and they still want to build wealth. You want to have a safe life, but you want to have options to boost it later. All right, if you don't have a uni degree, what are your options? Your option is, over time. So you basically don't have many skills as a person. You're selling your time. You're just a pair of hands. I'm sick of that. I don't want to be a pair of hands. I want to be someone who has unique skills, who actually can be deemed competent to design cities, for example. This is what I'm looking to get into, right? They don't really expect overtime from these people as much as they do from blue-collar workers, because like office work, you can only do so much on the computer. Most people in office jobs they did a study, about 3 hours of the day is actually spent doing the work. And I'm sure it's less if you didn't constantly have distractions, because I'm sure these people go in and out, and they sort of like walk around there wasting a bit of time to look busy, because they know that their stuff is bullshit. So you don't really do overtime. You're getting 100K doing your 38 hours a week. Like, that's awesome. Think about that. You can do that. Once you get that degree, do not have a job during uni, by the way. Get excellent grades. Do amazing. Like, smash it out of the park. If you dedicate your whole self to that and don't even worry about earning money. That's something that killed me when I tried to do 6 months of uni for aviation. And now when I go back, I know I won't do the same thing, because I did do 6 months of uni here. There's been a lot of waste in my life already, I feel like. You know, aviation, I wasted money, time, and did uni and accumulated student debt for nothing. And I can't beat myself up about it now, because I learned from that experience, and I wanted to share this video with you to help you avoid the pains. And I understand that my structuring of the video, there's been a lot of rambling. I hope you can still bear with me here. I didn't have the faith in myself to complete aviation. I knew I had passion for it, but I didn't. Look, it's not something that I would be good at. It's not something that I have the maths or the physics skills or the study skills to just get into a book and learn all these weird things about flying and then actually apply them. So, and then getting airsick. So, what I wanted to do is get this degree completed, this 3-year degree, then have 100,000 a year or whatever, doing my 38 hours a week, no overtime. Then what you can do is then you can mortgage your house. You can buy a house, get that deposit down, right? Is what I would plan on doing after. But you guys can get this done earlier, because you could start uni at 19 after you've done your world trip already and you've made that huge buffer that gives you income for uni. You can finish uni, your 3-year degree, at 22. You graduate at 22. You can get into that job at 23 years old. And this is where it gets fun. Say you're doing urban planning, you've got 100K, you do your 38. You come home and you've got more spare time, because you only work full time, you don't do any overtime, and you still make this good income that you can pay off the house. Now, also, here's the thing, let's talk about relationships, because they are a tool. And this is not saying like, oh, you should just get into a relationship for the financial reasons, because yeah, relationships can break finances too. Right. Here's what I think. So many men hate their wife, the women in their life, especially blue collar guys. They go, oh, the women just drain my bank account, etc. And they have this sort of mentality that they are not on the same, like they are on a higher plane than women, and women are too simple compared to the blokes. And it fucking sickens me, man. I don't understand that whole mentality. I think we're all humans, right? What I think is we need to align goals. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying, look, first and foremost, don't undermine women, but also don't put them on a pedestal. I'm not going to be some relationship coach, but what I'm trying to say is, people call women a financial drain, like, oh, get into a relationship, you lose a lot of money. Well, yeah, if you don't both share these financial goals, what I'm saying is, like, there are so many different unique people. Like, there is not one hive mind called female. Like, that's half the world population. There will be women who are like similar in beliefs to you. There will be women who seem like their finance bro wouldn't apply. Finance sis, you know? Like women who are interested in personal finance, who will have the same goals as you out there. And when you two combine, become a couple, that is powerful, because you have the same goal. You both, for example, want to own a house. Maybe you're very compatible, you get along well. And I think that's a very powerful tool, because the both of you can mortgage a house. Obviously, I think you shouldn't do it just for that reason, because, you've got to actually have some emotional attachment to her or whatever. If she's just like, if you're not attracted to her whatsoever, but she's into finance, then, you know, obviously don't do it. But, you know, if you think she's, you know, she's good looking, you know, you're into her and she's got similar goals in life to you, go for it. I see so many blue collar men. I'm going to be sorry about this. I'm going to be explicit here, but, you know, it's the truth. They see a chick put down pussy for them and they go, oh, well, she must be the one, just because I can get laid, because they obviously see that as value. Look, mate, you can get laid with any, well, what I'm trying to say is like every woman can get into bed with you if they so choose. It's not unique to one woman. Why would you choose her just because she gives you pussy? Like, and same goes for women. Well, they're more selective. I think us men need to be more selective because we're not selective, and then it hurts us because we're poorly selective, and then it comes back to bite us. And then for some reason we blame women as a whole. I don't know why this is a part of the video, but obviously you have to pick the right person who you're going to spend the majority of your life with, or the rest of your life with, hopefully the rest of your life with, right? If you have similar beliefs, I think that's so powerful. You can literally be, you can own a house with her, and then, you know, you can both decide that you want to balance your goal of having kids, which if that's your goal, you can both sensibly decide that you want to balance that goal with finances. And as a man, you shouldn't be saying, oh, I can't wait to get away from the wife and kids on the weekend. We're going on a men's trip fishing, because I hear that all the time. You should nurture that, because it's the most beautiful thing in life, and you should build a life by design that makes you literally hate being away from them, and you should be with them. Next thing is you can definitely do, and what am I to talk about this topic? First of all, I had a few girlfriends in the past, whatever, a few relationships, etc. Don't see me as the authority on this topic. But anyway, next thing is you can have a side hustle, and like a scalable one. Maybe it could be related to your degree, but that is the new overtime. Stuff doing overtime at your job, in a blue collar job, to get ahead and thinking that you're better than people with a degree. Literally just do your degree in Australia with HEX debt and just let it pay off automatically, because it doesn't index much. I reckon you should definitely try and pay it off, but you get more opportunity out of buying the house earlier, because the house appreciates faster than the debt goes down. I'm not a financial advisor, by the way, so take it with a grain of salt, but that's how I see it is your house will appreciate quicker than that debt is going to index. So pay that house off aggressively and let the HEX pay itself, because it automatically does in Australia, right? This video is getting a bit long, but yeah. Side hustle is the new overtime. You can literally do anything you want for overtime, because your overtime in this new world that you've created for yourself, where you've got a degree and you just do your 38, whatever, is now you can do a side hustle, right? So say you're really good at urban planning, you could do a consultancy or information product. And I know the information product is supposedly dying, is what I'm seeing online. We've got to obviously adapt to market conditions, but you could see problems in your normal job. I'd say don't quit your job either. I'm not saying just do 38 and quit and just do the bare minimum. No, what I'm saying, you should definitely learn as much as you can from your job. You shouldn't slack at your job. You should work to learn, continue learning even after university. See where the problems are. What does your company not do well? And then I'd say, definitely start a side hustle that tries to compete with your main company if they don't have it on some sort of contract, I guess. If they don't have it on a contract, go for it. But if you could make an information product that helps developers or home buyers get approvals, if that's like your professional expertise, that edge you have, or you can create a personal brand that shows your strengths and interests. Go for it. That is the side hustle I'm saying. Don't give up everything like I stupidly did when I was 18. I left school and I was like, fucking ATAR, I don't need an ATAR. Get 50 ATAR, which is what I did, 51.5. And I'll transparently tell you this because, and then to not have many friends, all right? And I'll be honest with you about that because, yeah, I didn't. I was arrogant. I'm still arrogant, but I know I'm arrogant. Maybe I'm arrogant in saying I know I'm arrogant, but I'm trying not to. I'm making an effort to lessen that arrogance. At least I believe I am. But yeah, I'm trying. But yeah, to just sort of be on your own, not really have many friends, because in high school they sort of realize you're a dickhead. And yeah, true, I was a dickhead back then. Probably still am. But yeah, to just be like so arrogant, like, fuck school, I'm gonna just start a business, and then spend 6 months working a casual job at KFC, being like, well, we're gonna start a business. And all I ended up really doing in that time, and I still had good times, I flew to Cairns for a week and I went and partied, and I went on a big road trip around to Falls Creek, Mount Kosciuszko, which was fun. But yeah, I'm going, fuck, I'm going to start a business. And then I start making YouTube videos like these on a main channel, expecting that people are going to click and buy a product. Today, I don't have a product to sell. I'm just making this to vent. And I don't know if anyone's going to watch. This is for my own sake, right? But yeah, I make a video going like, guys, buy my product, and no one's watching. I get like 30 views a video, smash them out. And I'm like, oh, you're probably fat, and giving guru advice on weight loss and thinking, well, this is going to get me rich. Well, it's not. I don't have an edge here, and I'm putting all my eggs into that basket. It's risky. What I'm trying to say is you need that guaranteed wealth that isn't slow. So do the side hustle, mate. Do it. Online, scalable side hustle. Don't do some like DoorDash side hustle that's going to be tied to your time. Look, everyone's got an hourly rate, but do something scalable. Don't do some bullshit. I work full time and I've got a pressure washer business on the side. Still give back to your community though. If you want to do CFS volunteering because your community's prone to bushfires, go ahead and do it, man. Do it. But remember, side hustle is the new overtime, guys. And dude, get the degree, get the skills, climb the corporate ladder, but do your side hustle on the side is what I would do personally. Build up money before going to university, and go on a little trip around the world so you get that out of you, because I know for me that's still an itch that I have to scratch that itch. Hopefully it doesn't come back worse. Hopefully you can just knock it out of the park and you've done, you're like, yeah, I've just seen it all. Just get, do you travel the world to find yourself for a month or two, then get into study, then study hard, then get your degree, then climb the ladder, is what I'm saying. Build your portfolio too. While you're getting I'd say maybe take some out of your portfolio to put on the house. Yanks will say no. Finance bros from California will say no. But just at the rate houses are appreciating in Australia at the moment, I'd say they're a better asset than fucking shares. Stamp duty will knock you out, but they're a good asset, right? Fuck stamp duty. Middle finger to stamp duty, for real. But yeah, this is just me being a finance bro, talking about things I'm not qualified to talk about and having a lot of fun doing it. Anyway, fucking hell, nearly 30 minutes talking about shit that I should not be qualified about, but this is what I wish I did if I went back in time. Far out, guys. You're insane if you're watching this video. Hopefully I didn't hold you up too much. Hopefully you're listening in your car or something, man. Because far out. I seriously cannot. But anyway, let's end this video before my phone runs out of storage. Yeah.